All right, let's just dive right in. Today, we're going to do something a little different. We're going to take one super simple, everyday word and use it to unlock a much bigger idea about how language can work. We're starting small, but trust me, we're going to end up somewhere huge.
And this is it. This is our word, moon. Seriously, before we go any further, just take a second. When you see that word, what's the first thing that pops into your head? What does it mean to you? Just hang on to that thought for a minute.
Because, this one little word, it's packing a whole lot more than you might think. It's not just that bright thing we see up in the sky at night. So let's actually break down a few of its meanings.
Okay, so first up, the one we all know, but I want you to pay attention to how it's described. It doesn't say natural satellite or talk about gravitational orbits. Nope. It's the shining white and gray object in the sky, and it's like a small planet that goes around the Earth. See how simple that is? It's incredibly direct. This is the definition we all got as kids, right? And then, boom, the idea gets bigger. A moon isn't just our moon anymore. Suddenly, it's a whole category of things. And again, look at the phrasing. A thing like a small planet that goes around another planet. Just like that, the word's meaning has expanded.
So far, so good. We've got two noun definitions. They're both about space. Seems pretty straightforward. But, language is messy. It doesn't always follow the rules we expect. What if this word has a whole other life? One that has absolutely nothing to do with space?
So let's just ask the question plainly. Based on what we've just seen, is a moon always an object floating around in space? You'd think so, wouldn't you? But well, the answer is no, not at all.
And there it is, the verb. A complete and total left turn from astronomy to a pretty cheeky prank. So this one single word can mean a giant celestial body or a very human, very silly action. But believe it or not, that's not even the most surprising thing here. Because there is a clue. There's a hidden message hiding in plain sight that changes our entire understanding of everything we just read. The simple definitions, the clear examples, even that weird verb. It all clicks into place because of one little line. This is it. Moon is on the basic English 850 list. You probably just scanned right over it. I know I did at first. But this isn't just some random piece of trivia. This is the key that unlocks the whole thing. It tells us that these simple definitions aren't just simple by chance. They were designed to be this way for a very specific reason.
And that reason is a whole system called Basic English. Now, this isn't just, English for beginners. It's a carefully constructed, controlled version of the language, designed from the ground up for maximum clarity and for international communication. So we didn't just stumble upon a simple dictionary entry. We found our way into a whole philosophy of language.
And this is the magic number, 850. The entire vocabulary, the whole foundation of basic English, is built on just 850 core words. The idea was to create a language that's easy enough for anyone to learn quickly, but still powerful enough to express really complex ideas. And our word, moon, is one of those essential 850.
And this right here shows you exactly how it works. I mean, think back to the entry we just looked at. A small core vocabulary? Yep, moon is one of the 850. Simple definitions? A shining white and gray object. Couldn't be clearer. Direct examples? Check. It actively avoids complicated jargon like natural satellite and instead uses a thing like a small planet. The entire entry for moon is basically a perfect little demonstration of basic English in action.
So that brings us to the really big question, right? Why? Why would you build a whole system with so few words? Well, the goal was to create a tool for global understanding. A version of English that could be a bridge, a second language for international business, for science, for travel. It's all about lowering the barrier to communication. I mean, imagine trying to explain a new scientific discovery to someone who speaks a totally different language. Basic English was meant to be that shared foundation.
And this table of the solar system? It's a fantastic example of this system's power. Just think, with a small handful of those 850 words, including moon and sun, you've already got the building blocks you need to describe our entire cosmic neighborhood. It really shows you that using simple words doesn't mean you can only talk about simple things.
So yeah, we started with one simple word, moon, and it led us to its definitions and then to this entire system designed for global communication. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you can explain the entire solar system, what else could we explain with just 850 words? It's a pretty powerful reminder that sometimes the biggest ideas are hidden inside the simplest things.